impact statements from the Allen side of the family of the two older children that were submitted for your consideration. I would also be remiss in not mentioning that there are members of the Allen side of the family in court today. They have chosen not to make a verbal statement, but I have assured them that the court has considered their statements in the sentencing today. I'd also like to make it clear that as a prosecutor, I've been involved in this case since the night it happened. Every police officer, every victim advocate, every prosecutor that has looked at this file or touched this file or worked on this file will forever be affected. I tried to think of what I could say today, but honestly, Judge, there just aren't any words. It is tragic, it is heinous, it is beyond evil, it is unconscionable what this man has done. And as Ms. Green stated, these scars will never heal. They never will. Also, I would like to make it clear that this plea agreement was not entered into lightly by the prosecutor's office. There was a great deal of consultation with the family members of these 4 children. They understand that there is a possibility of parole, but they also understand that Mr. Green sits before you as a 50-year-old man who will not be eligible for parole until he's 97. It is the sincere hope of the people in this case that that day never comes. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Longstreet, would you like to say anything before I give your client an opportunity to speak?
The defense is respectfully request that the court abide by the sentencing agreement in this matter. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Green, is time and date set for sentencing? Is there anything you'd like to say on your own behalf, sir?
I just want to say, well, first of all, congrats, and only he can judge. I do regret and I'm sorry for what has happened. All I've ever wanted was a God-fearing helpmate that would support me and be faithful no matter what, as well as dedicate to the whole family. That put aside, I have to be humble, very humble, because God knows the heart, He knows how regretful, how sorry I am. And even now, after all this, He still has a plan. And I'm not giving that up, giving up on that plan. Because God is God. And there's not one day that go by that I don't think of my girls. Not one day, often picturing them playing, talking to their Heavenly Father. And I pray that God be with Chadney and Carol. I feel bad for how this has deeply impacted everyone. And may God help them, help me, help us all. That's all I have to say.
Okay. Mr. Green, of all the tragic cases this court has seen, the facts of this one are by far the worst. Fathers are supposed to protect their children.
Yes.
Husbands are supposed to protect their wives. I didn't know how I would sit here this morning and get through listening to Ms. Green testify about what happened in this case, yet I look at you and you appear utterly unmoved by everything that she said.
Yes.
Your actions are inconceivable and beyond understanding. I hope that the families affected by this tragedy can heal. As a practical matter, this court is confident that if I follow the sentence agreement in this case, you will never be released from prison.
Yes.
And rather than decide to, in the event I were to say, nope, this isn't enough, the family would be forced to take this to trial, and I don't want Ms. Green to ever have to endure what happened again. She already has to live with it every day. So for that reason, I'm going to follow the sentence agreement. I'm convinced that you will be incarcerated for the remainder of your life.
Thank you!
Hold on. That's practically speaking. With respect to counts 1 through 5, as I said, I am going to follow the sentence agreement. You're going to be sentenced to 45 to 100 years in the Michigan Department of Corrections. Count 6 to 10 years in the Michigan Department of Corrections. All will be consecutive or concurrent with one another and consecutive to count 10 for the felony firearm, which will be 2 years in the Michigan Department of Corrections. You will receive credit for 161 days. You must pay $476 in state costs, crime victims assessment in the amount of $130, court costs in the amount of $1,300, attorney's fees in the amount of $400, and a $60 DNA fee. Since this was a conviction by plea, you can file an application for leave to appeal the conviction and sentence with the Court of Appeals. Can't afford an attorney. One will be appointed for you, and that request needs to be made within the next 42 days. Thank you. We're done. I just read those. No, are they in the? Sorry, there's more.